The word presence gives us a direct insight into our true nature and could and should be used constantly to refer to that which is so obvious in our experience of being that can be used to reinforce the only thing that matters, which is our true identity or who we are. In this channel, we're interested in self-inquiry, which is using any possible method to inquire directly into who we are and abide as that, to remain as that. So the word presence has something very curious to me that allows us to have that direct insight. Presence means being aware. That is what presence always refers to. If you realize this, and I want you to take the moment now, pause anything if you're listening to this video while doing something, and take the moment to realize the obviousness of presence. In fact, your mind will probably object to this. That is a good sign. That objection may be, I don't need to realize that. I already know that. See that as thinking always, not as proof of being, of presence. It may object also by saying, I don't understand that. How can I see presence? Again, it's just thinking. See that as just optional, residual thinking, and you realize that you are present. The more obvious that is, the more in tune you are with presence. Being aware. That which you are is aware. What you are aware of doesn't matter. It's not relevant. That you are aware always is what matters. We're not even calling this a meditation. In fact, I like to say that meditation is the byproduct of this understanding. The understanding is seen directly through self-inquiry, which again is any possible way that we can inquire into the nature of self, what we call I. Presence is a shortcut, a direct insight always into our true being. Presence implies being, something is present, and awareness, something is being presenced. It is being absorbed, it is being seen. That which is seen doesn't really matter. It is that which sees that matters, presence. And you call it I, myself. Once again, all we have left is residual thinking that happens in presence. No problem. Because we are present for thinking. We do not go away when thinking happens. That's why, in the same way that whatever we are aware of doesn't matter, thinking doesn't matter. Believing thinking is what deviates us from appreciating full presence. No belief in thinking, full presence. Therefore, thinking, not a problem. When you allow yourself to be in this understanding, then we say meditation happens. As I said, meditation is a byproduct of this understanding. In many cases, meditation is used to achieve this understanding. We do not do this here because we go directly to the understanding. And from this understanding, meditation happens. It's a byproduct. All we do is continuously contemplate this understanding, and that's why we meditate. That's why our practice is derived from this understanding. To be redundant, the understanding is of presence, being, self-knowledge, knowing that you are. The mind has nothing to play here. It's optional and residual, but it doesn't define anything. Anything that is defined by the mind is dissolved in a matter of seconds, actually. What remains is that which is temporarily defined, which is presence, being, awareness, self. And you do not depend on thinking. Thinking depends on you. Thinking, it's not a problem for presence. Presence remains. Presence is unaffected by thinking. Only the belief that I depend on thinking is affected by thinking, obviously. And that's why we reinforce understanding that presence is independent from thinking. No thinking, I'm still here. Thinking, I'm still here. We do not seek an absence of mind. We do recognize that in the absence of mind, I remain. But in the presence of mind, no problem. I'm still present. I still am. I always am what I am. Presence. I wanted to share this message with you in the hopes that it can bring even more effortlessness to your practice. If you don't have a practice and you need a 5, 10, 15-minute practice that you can begin to enjoy simply by letting go of the effort, there is a playlist down in the description of 3 videos here on YouTube where you can begin to explore how to establish this practice. If you want more support, want to go deeper into this, there's also a free community where you can join, and it's in the description. That's all I got to share with you. I hope this brings more ease to your practice and your being in general, because this is supposed to permeate everything in your life. I'll see you in the next video.